Hey, I'm Dr. Ruth Roberts, the original pet health coach, and I am so thrilled to introduce to you today my holistic pet health coaches. If you think about health coaching on the human side, these are folks that have been assisting people with understanding how we can improve our lives by making lifestyle changes, improving what we eat, relaxing more, taking time for mindfulness, and they have made such a massive impact for people's lives. I realized that we needed to follow this model in veterinary medicine, especially as COVID hit and access to veterinary care is becoming more difficult and more expensive. And so, what I did is develop a training program that within 16 weeks, people could go through this course, receive one to one coaching calls with their mentor on a weekly basis, receive group coaching calls with me, and then present homework, both in written and video format, on each module to show that they are able to understand the materials and present them well to people. And then their final exam is two consultations with pet parents showing how they would approach the difficulty that the pet parent is having with their pet and offer solutions for helping that pet improve. So Michael Daly worked with me at my last brick and mortar practice in South Carolina. He's been a veterinary technician for almost 2 decades. And as we were working together, he started learning how to be a massage therapist for dogs, horses. He's done really well with the program. He's actually working as a mentor now to support other students as they come in. So Michael, welcome. Jessica Fisher, the pet parenting reset. We met when Jessica invited me on her podcast. And so we were discussing what she was doing, where she was wanting to go. Jessica made that leap of faith and jumped in, joined the program as one of the second classes of students, and has just excelled. The way that she's been using the material plus her own existing knowledge and combining those together has just been amazing. She stepped into the mentor position as well. 𝐕𝐈 is a holistic health coach on the human side through the FTN program. She saw the need in pets and saw some difficulties with getting support and care for her own dog. And so she made the leap of faith, jumped into the program, and that's where she's focusing now and has just been doing outreach and within her community to make awareness for this program. Also with us, Leah Bookhammer, another FTN graduate on the human side who had her own practice already in human nutrition and saw that pets needed help as well, and that sadly she could convince pet parents to do more for their pets sometimes than themselves. And lastly with us is Patty Cavalage. She has a beautiful store called Spoiled Dogs Company and also has made the commitment. Patty, where are you? You've got a few more modules left in the program, is that correct?
Yep. I'm about 3/4 of the way through. Yep.
So she's cranking right through, and I'm going to start with Michael and ask him to tell you all a little bit about his experience with the program.
Well, I mean, it's been pretty spectacular. So I worked with Dr. Roberts and then got into massage therapy and built my own business with massage therapy. And what I was running into were animals that were going through issues and clients that were going through issues where I felt like I could do more and wanted to do more. And so this is where this program fit in. And so it's been really a great opportunity for me. And so this program has allowed me to also help clients and people like that understand clearly what's going on with their pets and to help assist them more with making the right decisions for their pets.
Cool. Well, Jessica, if you want to jump in, tell us kind of where you've been and what you're doing, all that good stuff, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, well, so I have been a dog trainer for a number of years, and I very quickly, within about a year of training dogs, started working with my dog training clients and talking to them about nutrition and holistic means of care, trying to keep a lot of the toxins off of the body, out of the home. And I noticed a huge improvement changing the diet with these dogs and their behavior and putting myself out of a job, which I love. So Going through the program, it was so expansive. It was so much more than I thought it would be, which, like, in a good way. Just getting to learn about all of the different organ systems in the body and the endocannabinoid system and how everything works together. And not only that, but getting the perspective of, this is how the system works. This is what can go wrong in the system. This is how traditional veterinary medicine will approach what goes wrong in the system. And then this is how we can look at holistic alternatives or additions. And then, of course, the TCVM aspect as well has just expanded my toolkit so much that I kind of have to, like, remember, oh my gosh, like, oh yeah, that's over there and I can pull from it, because it's just so expansive at this point. I love having this huge toolkit now to help people and their pets.
Right on, Jessica. Bea, you completed the program several months ago at this point, and you've been really working to build your practice from the ground up. So tell us a little bit kind of what your experience has been and how you're within the program, and also how you're working to support pets further.
Yes, I very much agree with Jessica that the program is so rich and comprehensive, and it's needed. The reason I enrolled in this course was because I had been studying human nutrition and I had been working with human clients. I changed my diet drastically and started taking supplements, and I saw great improvement in my digestion. And so one day I was just standing in the kitchen, just had these words in my head like whole foods ingredients and properly prepared diet and fresh vegetables as I'm scooping a cup of kibble. And I just literally just stopped, like, really? Like, it smells weird. What is this? Like, I had been feeding kibble for 7 years and I never questioned it. And I was just standing like, is this right? Like, is this what I'm supposed to feed my dog? Are they really that different from us? I was just like, oh my God, I need to research this. And I looked up several courses that were available. Then I found your course, and it was just what I was looking for. And I remember I asked you a lot of questions before I enrolled. And are you going to talk about digestive issues? Are you going to talk about food sensitivities? Are you going to talk about liver health, kidney health, all that? And the answers were yes, absolutely. And you did. And we talked about all that and learned about really the practical things. And so we know that what you teach us is actually working. And the other great thing is about my business that through this course, you provide support about starting our businesses, basic business tips, marketing tricks, how to communicate with clients. It's just really so supportive.
Cool. And that's the goal. Ultimately, your success is truly my success, because it just is, as you kept saying, Bea, it is so needed. And literally, the current state of veterinary medicine is the very definition of stupidity or failure, however you want to call it. But if we keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results, that's just lunacy at its finest, for sure. So appreciate all that you're commenting there. And Patty, you're 3/4 of the way through. You have an existing business already with the Spoiled Dogs Company. So tell me kind of what attracted you into the program and how your experience has been thus far.
Yeah, so I was actually one of those pet parents that was trying to find alternatives for my pets. I'm in rural Iowa, so we have a lot of mosquitoes and a lot of bugs and a lot of chemicals. I lost one of my soul pet, and I lost him, unfortunately, to parasites, and not realizing the signs were there. I just didn't know what to look for. So I came across one of the ads actually on Facebook, and it was just nerve-wracking making that change, thinking, oh, could I really do this for a living, type of thing. So getting into it and understanding that, there is like a revolution that's somewhat coming. But with my store, I've been open since November, so I'm fairly new yet. We don't have a lot of holistic options the way it is.
We've had a lot of people come in with variations. We've had some good progress, slowly, obviously, but it's been good progress with a few people that I've had come in. And I think once the word's getting around town, a lot more people are coming in for questions. So it's a good problem to have.
Right on. And that's amazing. Essentially, because of your story, you have a built-in customer base. So this will help you just launch to the moon as fast as possible. That's awesome. And Leah, you came into the program through the FTN program introduction, and you've been working on the human side for some years, but I guess wanted to make a change because people were just like, yeah, I don't want to do all that. So tell us a little bit about what drove you into to get started and what your experience has been.
Nutritionist for almost a decade now. And I would have people ask me, what can I do for my dog? I've lost so many dogs to cancer in August. I've just got to do something. So I was giving them some dehydrated food and cooking too. I've made that switch, but I was just like, what is causing all my dogs to get cancer? I'm a toxic-free home. And now I feed them better, but to find out, the hormones have a lot to play with it, which I never even thought about that. So learning about the hormone part of the endocrine system with dogs, it's like, I even have colleagues, they're calling me and saying, what should I do? I hear you took this program. I've worked with them and their dog had continuous diarrhea, and they were feeding the poor dog something the vet recommended. And I said, just start cooking for it. And I didn't really have to work much with these people because they were so open. And a week, the dog would stop itching, wasn't having diarrhea. And we're good. This is so great to learn all this stuff. So it's just a great program. It's just nice to help educate people and how their body works and how we're so similar.
But that's astonishing. So this dog that had diarrhea and itchy skin, all of the symptoms really pretty much went away, just changing the food. How much simpler could it be?
At least 90%, yeah, with just changing food.
That's just amazing. So one of the other things I wanted to kind of just hear from you all, if somebody was considering changing what they're doing in their lives, is this something you would recommend for them to do? How would you tell somebody that was interested in becoming a holistic pet health coach?
It's, working for somebody else for so long can be kind of hard after a while. You can't make your own schedule. The main thing that I love about it is that it's my own business and I can make my own schedule. The other thing I've told people about this program is that it is a business, so it will take time to build, but it will build. The third thing I always tell people about this program, and this is what I think is so great about it, is that, so I've been certified as a canine massage therapist and certified as an equine massage practitioner. So it's two different certifications that were about $7,000 each. The equine was $7,000 plus a flight to California, plus a hotel. It was about 7 days of an intense thing, but sort of basic anatomy. The guy wanted to know the kind of man I was to be handling horses, and that was the certification. Dr. Roberts' certification, as anyone here could say, is a plethora of knowledge. It's insane the amount of information you get, from muscles, from skin, to kidney, to liver, to Chinese medicine. You have access to all sorts of supplements. You have mentees that you can ask questions to. You have Dr. Roberts you can ask questions to, other pet health coaches. It's just a ridiculous amount of information for what you're getting. And having had experience with other certifications, like this is way worth it. So that's usually what I tell people.
Thank you. Yeah. And the other thing I should say too is that the American Association Veterinary State Board, the folks that grant continuing education credits for veterinarians and veterinary technicians in the United States, given this course 40 CE hours, which is at least 2 years worth of CE credits. I made this course difficult for a reason, because we're essentially creating in pet health care. At some point, somebody's going to pick their head up and say, hey, wait a minute. But I wanted to make sure that the course was stringent and that the process to pass the course also was stringent. So the homeworks, the exam, all of that. So thank you for pointing all of that out, because the courses do vary as far as the degree of difficulty and stringency. And that was one of my goals. So if you can get through this material show that you know it, you really know it. So thanks, Michael.
And I want to point out that it's virtual, so you don't have to travel like Michael did. So in the comfort of your own home, you do the work. Dr. Roberts she'll work with you. I'm not comfortable videoing myself, and you have to do that in the course for some assignments, and it got me comfortable. So it got me through that little hump. I've been a virtual practitioner for a decade before COVID, but not videotaping myself. I'm not a big social media person. She walks you for creating your business, there's support afterwards, and it's just ongoing. That's one of the big things that I just love about Dr. Roberts and this whole program.
Thank you. This is one of the wonderful things for me, is that I get to watch my students literally blossom on screen. And so that was one of the things that was so amazing. You were very uncomfortable to start with, but by the end you're a pro. And look at you now, you're on Facebook and YouTube. So it's miserable. And if I look back at my first videos on YouTube, they're absolutely horrible because I didn't know how to do it. So it just is a process.
It is. I would also like to add in just the versatility of the knowledge that you're providing. Because I have been on social media for a little while, I've had people reach out to me asking me about the program, and I've talked to a couple of people already about joining, and it always amazes me at the things people figure out how they want to take this knowledge and put it out into the world, because it's not just talking to somebody and getting their pet on a healthier diet. It's not always just that cut and dry. And the way that some people want to take this and create their own path in the world with this knowledge is just incredible to me.
Yeah, and to me too. I mean, it's just been like, wow, I didn't think about that, but yeah. So that's the thing too. It's the sky is the limit, kind of wherever your imagination can take you with this. However, you're currently working with pets, this will only amplify your abilities to serve in the way that you are currently serving. So right on. Thank you. Right on. Cool. Babe, what you would say to someone that was considering the course?
Yes, strap yourselves in. It's a lot. And the more you learn, the more you want to know. It's just so eye-opening. So it's like, choosing the red pill. And about the homeworks, what I found is that as I'm working with clients now, like for example, I was just working with a German Shepherd with hip dysplasia. And I just remembered that, we had a homework assignment about a dog with hip dysplasia. Okay, I know this. I got this. Like, I can talk about this. And so I think it's really great that the homeworks are actually real life, real cases, not just copy the answer from a textbook. And we are going to be able to use that knowledge in real life. And I can't emphasize enough how unique it is that you, Dr. Ruth, are providing coaching calls after the program ends. With other courses, the course ends and then you get a newsletter every week and you maybe get access to a Facebook group, but no real life support. Here, the course ended and we kept having the coaching calls with other graduates and you, and we can really discuss anything and everything. And that is just so helpful, because otherwise I would feel like, okay, I have this case and I don't know what to do. Who do I ask? And with this group, I know that I can show up for the meeting every week and I can bring my questions. That's fantastic. So I highly recommend this course.
Cool.
I've actually seen other programs out there that are giving you access to one or more veterinarians and kind of helping you through the health of your pet and teaching you probably not near as much as this program is teaching you, but similar price points. And you don't get a certification and you're not set up to have your own business in the end. So even if you were just wanting more and better information to care for your pets that you have now and in the future, this I think is a much better value, and you're going to get a lot more knowledge and information and support.
Right on. Cool. All right. Well, thank you all for coming, for participating in this today. So Bea, Patty, Jessica, Michael, Leah, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to day, and we'll talk soon.